Oh, they just took. I could take it for you. Marcia, I'm so sorry. You're not gonna forget. We don't even mind about it. Okay. If it lasts, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, just so you're aware. Okay, take care of it.
Town manager? Town manager? Okay. Good evening. I call this December 9th, 2025 meeting of the Morrisville Town Council to order. Thank you to those here in person with us tonight, those over in Fire Station 1, those watching via live stream, and those who are watching a recording of this meeting. Our town mission statement, which helps guide our decisions tonight and into the future, is connecting our diverse community to an enhanced quality of life through innovative programs and services. Sergeant Strickland, Senior Officer Davis, and Detective Johnson are our sergeants at arms for this evening's meeting. We thank you for your attendance. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and recognize some elected officials and special dignitaries who are with us. I'd like to recognize Secretary, let's hold applause until the very end, please. Secretary of State Elaine Marshall is here. We have Associate Justice Allison Riggs, Representative Servania, former Representative Wiley Nickel, Raleigh Council Member Branch, Raleigh Mayor Pro Tem Forte, Raleigh Council Member Jones, Raleigh Council Member Melton, Raleigh Council Member Silver, Representative Ya Lu, Commissioner Waters, Salim Autonomous, Ethan Gay, Mitch Silver, and I thought I saw one other. Tyler Swanson is here from School Board, and Cheryl Stallings from Wake County Commissioners. So thank you all for being here. Was there anyone I missed? Okay. And our former town manager, Martha Page, is right there in the front row. We really appreciate her coming back and her continued interest in the town. Okay, at this time, all who are able, please stand for the presentation of colors by the Morrisville Honor Guard.
Present. On.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Out. Wait, face. Forward, march.
thank you. You may be seated. This evening, Dr. Myron Yandel, pastor of the First Baptist Church of Morrisville, will be leading our invocation.
May we pray together. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, your word instructs us to therefore submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether to king as supremes or to governors, as to those who are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers and for the praise of those who do good. For this is the will of God, that by doing good you may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. As free, yet not using liberty as a cloak for vice, but as bondservants of God. Honor all people, love the brotherhood, fear God, and honor the King. Lord, we thank you for your word, and Lord, we thank you for what it tells us about this ceremony tonight. Lord, government is a God-ordained and established institution. Lord, it was designed by you long ago, Lord, for order in our society, to make our world safe, to make our nation safe, to make our streets safe, to make our community safe. And Lord, as we honor the King, Lord, and governors and mayors and commissioners, Lord, and town managers, public servants, Lord, they're all a part of your design. And so, Lord, that means that you are very pleased with what's happening here tonight. Lord, you're interested in what's happening here. Lord, I thank you for the Board of Commissioners that we've had. And Lord, I thank you for those that will be leaving the board tonight. And Lord, we ask your blessing to be with those that are coming onto the board tonight. Lord, that they may seek your counsel and seek your will. Lord, look for the good of the people, a way to love all people. Lord, as they govern our community. And Lord, they make decisions that affect each and every one of us. Lord, we've all loved this community for many, many years. And Lord, I'm thankful for what you have done in the past. And Lord, what you're going to do as we move forward from this night on. Bless this night and all that's involved. We ask this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Before you adopt tonight's agenda, Town Council policy is to review and ensure there are no conflicts of interest or appearance of conflict of interest with any item on the agenda. Does anyone have anything they'd like to share? Okay, seeing none, is there a motion and second to adopt this evening's regular agenda?
Mayor, Council, I move that we adopt this evening's agenda.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Rao, a second from Councilmember Fender. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that carries unanimously 7-0. There are two items on this evening's consent agenda: a resolution to unseal closed session minutes and resolution authorizing MPA program ILA with Wake County. Would any member of council wish to pull either of those items for discussion, or is there a motion and a second to adopt the consent agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
To adopt the consent agenda. Second.
Councilmember Rabadi with the motion, Councilmember Fender with second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that carries unanimously as well. Tonight, we honor two outgoing council members for their years of dedicated service. Councilmember Rabadi and I will read the proclamation recognizing Councilmember Donna Fender. So we're going to do that up front with Donna, I believe. This'll work.
Whereas Councilmember Donna Fender has faithfully served the town of Morrisville for 6 years, demonstrating unwavering commitment to the community and its residents. And whereas during her tenure, Councilmember Fender has been a passionate advocate for sustainability, consistently supporting initiatives that promote environmental stewardship and long-term ecological health, particularly including her support and insights related to solar installation on town facilities. And whereas she played a key role in shaping the town's FY26 budget priorities, ensuring that sustainability remained a central focus as reflected in the public budget survey results and council discussions. And whereas she championed sustainability through the creation of the FY26 to FY29 Connect Morrisville Strategic Plan, with her efforts ensuring sustainable considerations were intentionally highlighted in all 7 strategic goals.
And whereas Councilmember Fender has also championed housing initiatives, contributing to thoughtful discussions and decisions that support equitable growth and access to affordable living in Morrisville. And whereas her thoughtful leadership and dedication to public service have left a lasting impact on the council and the community. And whereas her presence on the council will be deeply missed by her colleagues, town staff, and the residents she has so diligently served. Now, therefore, the Town Council of the Town of Morrisville does hereby recognize and honor Councilmember Donna Fender for her outstanding service, leadership, and contributions to the betterment of our town. Ooh, we're going to miss you so very much. This is for you, and this is for you as well. You can give that to her. Can we have the whole council for a quick picture too, and then she can make her remarks? We'll all sort of move this way so we're not doing that.
All right, everyone look here. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Wow, it's really here. So I prepared a few words. And you can see I'm trying to do this without needing my reading glasses. Still fuzzy, but. So representing the residents of Morrisville and working with town staff and colleagues has been a true honor. I also have immense gratitude for my neighbors and friends who volunteered and donated money to get me elected, and then did it again just 2 years later. As many of the elected officials in here know, running for office is simultaneously ego boosting and ego smashing. There's something about driving around town with your name in big letters on the side of your car while getting beat up on social media and having your campaign sign stolen that you just can't learn anywhere else. But most of all, the past 6 years has been rewarding and profoundly humbling. It was never my plan to become a politician. I just wanted to save a few trees and maybe install a couple of solar panels. Running for public office was never on my radar. I never ran for class president. At my core, I'm an introvert and I'm just fine sitting at home, reading a book every night with my cat. But like many women after the 2016 presidential election, I decided to do something. Maya Angelou said, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Don't complain. So I didn't see my attitude changing too much after the election. So I got involved with the Wake County Democratic Party, where I met Betsy O'Connor and Robati and later Maria Cervania. When the Town Council District 2 became available and no one else was stepping up, I decided to take the leap. I was terrified. But as Eleanor Roosevelt has said, you must do the thing you think you cannot do. Running for office has taught me that I can do the thing I thought I couldn't do. I was terrified of knocking on people's doors. But it turns out that if you ask a friend or volunteer to tag along, the experience can be enjoyable, even rewarding. More often than not, I walked away from these conversations feeling energized and connected. I had met a new friend and possibly learned something new. Knocking on doors is still scary, and talking to a crowded room of people still makes me nervous. But being scared and doing it anyway has given me strength and confidence. I believe that every time we overcome an obstacle in our life, we grow in character and as a human being. Having the courage to run for office has opened doors to new experiences and meeting people I would have never crossed paths with. And here I want to give a shout out for Betsy and Kevin O'Connor, Pakanzi Patani, and later Nadine Sharma and Karima Sharma. I would have never met these wonderful women otherwise, or Kevin. There are so many more. I've also experienced police ride-alongs, toured fire stations, planted trees. I've learned about land use plans, stormwater control measures, and riparian buffers. So I'm an electrical engineer, so this was all totally new territory. I learned about affordable housing, met the Dawkins Sea youth building little libraries, participated in Diwali, Juneteenth, and Pride. I toured the Pew House and met the descendants of the artist Mabel Pew. And I have met many of the elected officials in this room. Why am I telling you all this? It's because making these connections, whether from meeting residents, attending community events, or working with the town council and staff, gives me a sense of purpose and community and a feeling of belonging. And I think we all want that. It's simply that being part of something bigger than ourselves is what gives life meaning. Learning and new experiences gives life meaning. And you all have given my life meaning the past 6 years. I will close with this final thought. While the council accomplished much in regards to sustainability, there is still more to be done. I've learned so much from Kimberly Conley, our sustainability coordinator. Without her and staff supporting her, we wouldn't have accomplished a tenth of what we did. My hope is that the new town council will have the will to make sustainability and tree protection a true priority. I am now handing the torch over to you guys. Please make me, and more importantly, Mooresville's residents proud. Thank you.
Thank you. That was very powerful. At this time, Mayor Pro Tem Garamella will say a few words, and then he and I will read the proclamation recognizing Councilmember Steve Rao. Similarly, yep.
Well, Steve, congratulations on your 14 years dedication to the town of Morrisville. And I'll tell you, when I first joined the council, if I say I'm from Morrisville, people say, do you know Steve Rao? And so pretty much it's a synonym, Steve Rao, Morrisville. And he has been a real true advocate tirelessly for this community. And, you know, he has basically being the best brand ambassador that Morrisville could ever have. You know, again and again, like his calendar is so good that by the time we both go to an event, by the time I come out, he's already in another event. So that's how, you know, he works hard and he has done a great job. And more to that is he has an excellent memory. If you, I don't know why he does that, but he doesn't have any of his phone numbers written, so you'll not see my number on his. It will be, he recognizes and he memorizes all the phone numbers, and even today, so he'll say, "Oh, this is this," you know, like, and I think his memory has always helped him. But on a light-hearted note, I would say there's a lot of complaints to you. You know, 14 years, you have said countless people, including your dear friend Bob Butler, that you would invite him for dinner or tea or coffee. So after this, you know, please, you know, the whole town owes a dinner or a tea someday. Well, jokes aside, you know, it's a true honor working with Steve. Learned a lot over a period of time, and it has been like, we like, you know, it's kind of a little emotional because we share for almost 10 years the same, you know, we can say benchmates. You know, he gets this Limca and thumbs up, and he shares half and half. So, you know, it's more emotional than anything else. But end to end, I would say congratulations, and I wish you nothing but success in whatever comes next. And said that, I'll just read the proclamation because these are whereas I thought I wanted to say something more. So here's a proclamation recognizing Councilmember Steve Rao. Whereas Councilmember Steve Sandeep Rao, has served the town of Morrisville with distinction for 14 years, becoming the first Indian American elected officials in Wake County's history, and a trailblazer whose leadership opened doors for a broader representation across North Carolina. And whereas throughout his tenure, Councilmember Rao has been a steadfast advocate for technological innovations, championing initiatives that modernize digital infrastructure, advance data-driven governance, and positions Morrisville as a leader in smart growth. Whereas he has worked with his colleagues to elevate Morrisville's identity as one of the most diverse communities in the state, championing cultural events, initiatives that celebrate the town's rich heritage, strengthening inclusion, and foster unity among the residents of all backgrounds. And whereas his thoughts, contributions to council deliberations have strengthened education, fueled economic development, expanded community partnership, and left an enduring mark on Morrisville's present and future.
And whereas Councilmember Rao has also extended Morrisville's voice far beyond Town Hall through his respective presence on television, radio, and public forums, where he has provided thoughtful commentary on issues ranging from technology and economic growth to immigration and civic engagement, elevating Morrisville's profile across the Triangle and the state. And whereas his colleagues, town staff, and residents alike have benefited from his insight, energy, and unwavering dedication to progress, public service, and the well-being of all who call Morrisville home. And whereas the town extends its appreciation to his family for their unwavering support throughout his years of service, and acknowledges that Councilmember Rao's trailblazing leadership has inspired a new generation of Indian American and immigrant families across Morrisville and North Carolina to engage, to lead, and to believe in the power of public service. Now, therefore, the Town Council of the Town of Morrisville does hereby honor and express their deepest gratitude to Councilmember Steve Rao for his historic leadership, groundbreaking service, and lasting impact on the town of Morrisville, Wake County, and the state of North Carolina. Thank you so much for your service, sir.
Okay, sure.
And then you'll get the chance.
Okay. Sure.
All right, right here.
Now, everyone, please.
Of course.
Donna.
Councilmember Fender, will you join us again?
She's my colleague.
Come right here.
All right, everyone look here. 1, 2, 3.
Give that to you. Forgot to give this to her earlier.
Sorry.
All good.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you very much. It was a late coach, Jimmy Valvano from NC State, who said that every day, to know that you're living a full life, you should hug someone every day, you should laugh, and you should cry. Everyone sees me running in Morrisville all the time, and during those runs, I hug. Well, I hug usually my wife before I go for a run, and then I cry and I laugh. So today, hopefully, I'll do a little bit of both. Just to begin with a little bit of laughter, I wore these glasses because 14 years ago, I had a full head of black hair, and I didn't have to wear glasses. So times changed after 14 years. So I made you laugh. And my mom is here, she told me not to cry, so I'll try not to look at it. But tonight feels like the last page of a chapter that I've been honored to live, not just write. As I sit here in this chamber and I walked in here today, I thought of all the late night meetings. I thought about the differences all of us had, how we came together to do great things and shape great policy. And I can still today feel the weight of every moment, every major decision we made together, and to feel the weight of every moment that brought me here. And I'm grateful. Today, I turn the final page, but I wanted to spend a few minutes to speak from the heart. I want to talk about the people in my life who've shaped the man that you see before you today, that you've been seeing in the dais. I call it the light behind my service. I first want to start with my mom and dad, who are immigrants from India. Mom and dad are sitting there right down. My dad came to be a surgeon in the hills of West Virginia, and he raised our family well. I love him very much, and I had typhoid when I was 2 years old. I almost died. Believe it or not, I was a very unconfident, shy, and bashful person. But Mom and Dad taught me about resilience and hard work, and it worked and paid off. They taught me to love people, and like the Mountaineer State, I began to love people and feed off the energy of people. So Mom and Dad, thank you for helping me be the person I am. Thank you very much. I think about my mother-in-law, who stands in the audience today, a retired colonel in the United States Air Force who immigrated from Gujarat. I'm going to talk about their daughter in a minute, but her and her late husband, Colonel Husband Parikh, were in the United States Air Force. And I remember, I know we have a new council member, Ashit Patel, council member who served in the Army. But when I first saw them at Emory University in 1988, I just couldn't believe that this Indian family would be there in uniform. It was so impressive. And I want to thank them for letting me marry their daughter. It took a lot of work and convincing. That's a conversation for another time, maybe over some tea and coffee, how I made that happen. But it was amazing. And it taught me about steady, humble service. So I want to thank my mother-in-law and father-in-law for allowing me to be in the Parake family, but teaching me at an early age about serving the nation. I want to thank you, Mom. And I married the Colonel's daughters, plural, so I'm always saluting. I want to thank Preeti, my sister-in-law, who I met when she was 10 years old, and her daughter, Shea. I want to thank them for all their support over the years. And then fast forward to Emory University, where I met the rock and love of my life, Komal. Komal's the grace and wisdom behind everything I do. She's why I've been able to be a public servant for 14 years, and so I thank her. I can't pay her back for all the times I came back late, for all the times I said, I'll do it later. Hopefully I'll have more time now to do more things. But Komal, I want to thank you for your support. It's meant so much to me, and you've always taught me to be grounded. To my children, Sonia and Ryan, you were 9 and 5 when I was sworn in 14 years ago by our Madam Secretary, Elaine Marshall. And today, Sonia, maybe you're watching online, you're a journalist. Ryan, go Pack, biomedical engineering, wants to be a doctor. You're my pride and inspiration. Everything I've done thinking about you. And I'm sorry I missed out on a lot of things when you were younger, but seeing you grow up has been one of the greatest prides of my life. And then finally, the final person I'll say before I get into just what Morrisville's meant to me is I did have time to work with President Jimmy Carter, the late president, at the Carter Center at Emory. And as a young college kid at Emory, seeing a president, I took one of his classes, but seeing him, an ex-president who used the White House as a stepping stone to help all people and taught even the students at Emory that it wasn't about your title, it was about the service of others. That left an impact on me in my whole life. So I just wanted to say that. These are the lights that guided me, and I want to thank everyone for allowing me to be here today. Thank you for this. But I want to end my remarks today just to remind everyone that this has never been about me. It's never been about my family. It's been about us. It's been about Morrisville. Morrisville, today we have with us Pastor David Jones, who came. He's a dear friend of mine at the Shiloh Church. Morrisville, when you think about what's achieved here, this is where the freed slaves worshiped in Shiloh when they weren't allowed to worship in the Cedar Fork Baptist Church. Reverend Jones, thanks for being here today. But when you look at how far this town has come, we're a mosaic of faiths and cultures, languages and dreams, all coming together. It's a reminder that when we come together as neighbors, there's nothing we cannot do. And I'd be here a long time, whether it's the new schools, Parkside, the early career college, Wake Tech, Church Street Park, the competition center where the Carolina Hurricanes trains, the dog park, the downtown, all of the achievements. Look at what we've done in Morrisville. We're a living, breathing reminder that unity isn't just a slogan. It's a way of life. It's a way of doing things. And make no mistake, this is a championship team, and we're doing it. And I call it the light of Morrisville, because this is the light of America that will never, never fade away. We proved that democracy works, that progress can come from listening, and that diversity is not the challenge. It is our opportunity and the light of our nation. To my colleagues, I thank each of you for working with me, your patience with me and my style. But it's been fun. I spent more time with you than my family. I'm going to miss you. I want all the staff to stand today just so we can applaud you and recognize you for the heart and soul, being the heart and pulse of our town. Or at least let's give them a round of applause, because I thank Brandon Zudemo, Martha Page, who was a great manager. Before her, I worked with John Whitson, but these are the people, the directors, John Letney, Giselle, Fire, Police. I can't name you all today. You know who you are. You do your job every day, and we would not be successful without you. And to the people of Morrisville who trusted me, even those who didn't vote for me, we did it. We made Morrisville the #1 city in America to live, work, and play in. And that's something that we're going to take. Yes. I want to thank Shama Auntie for being here at a young age of 93. Thank you, Auntie, for your support. My adopted older brother, Steve Chase, probably the most patient man in America because he was my boss for 12 years at Alpha Numeric. Thank you, Steve, my brother from another mother. And to the elected officials that I've worked with around the region, some are here today as my friends. Raleigh Councilmember Christina Jones, Raleigh Councilmember John Melton, at-large council member, Mitch Silver from Raleigh, who on the council, but also served as the Commissioner of Parks. It's great to see our school board chair here, Tyler Swanson, Corey Branch couldn't make it. Janet Cowell wanted to be here, the mayor. I knew her when she was treasurer. It was just unbelievable to have all of you here. So tonight, I close this chapter. It's over. I'm leaving Morrisville. But I end with a reminder that service is a light. It's the light that I've inherited from my parents, from my in-laws, the light of love from my wife, the light of love from my children, the light that I saw from Jimmy Carter when he was walking the halls of Emory, and the light that I have tried to burn every day for this community. And that light will always burn with me. I call it the light of Morrisville, the mosaic of Morrisville, the miracle of Morrisville. And I thank you for the honor of my life. As I look out today at this community in my final minute of this talk, I just tell you that I've given this job everything I have. I hope I can continue to serve, but I'm proud to be a resident of Morrisville, and I want the council to continue to do a great job. Focus on number one. Number one, sorry, Carrie, we're gonna do it. And I'll be there as an engaged resident. Finally, I'll end with a few songs I thought about today on my run. First, I based it on musicals I've seen over the last few years. First, I started with Michael Jackson's I Want to Be Started Something. Because in 2011, we did start something, a moment when we broke barrier and Indian Americans and Asian Americans served. Today, Senator Chaudhary, thank you for being the first Indian in the Senate. Representative Yalu, Representative Sarvania for being in the legislature. Mayor Pro Tem Garamella, Dimple Ajmera and Charlotte, Councilmember Bansal and Carey, and now we have Councilmember-elect Patel. The best thing about being first is know you don't have to last. So we did start something. Alexander Hamilton, immigrants get the job done because in Morrisville they do. Every day. Every day. We build, we innovate, we serve, and we lead, and we make our nation stronger. And Freddie Mercury's, we are champions of the world, because champions just aren't athletes. Champions are people like us, neighbors, first responders, police, our engaged residents, the people on serving our committees that bring the best out of each other every day and lift each other up. And the final one I'll end on with a musical I attended just 2 days ago, The Outsiders. A great story about the Curtis family, poor. They were known as greasers. I think all of us remember what it was like when Johnny died and Ponyboy got the letter from him. But it was a song in that thing that really meant out to me. It said, 16 years, look at all we've done. Aren't we the lucky ones? And it was talking about Johnny, one of the characters in the movie, dying at 16. And his best friend Ponyboy was so sad. But I looked at today and said, 14 years, look at what we've done. We're the lucky ones. I'm the lucky one. And it's been one of the greatest chapters of my life. And as the final remarks in that address, when Ponyboy, the character, before he died, Johnny said, stay gold. Stay gold, Ponyboy. So my final message to Morrisville is keep that light gold. Stay bold. Stay united. And keep shining your light on the world. I want to thank each and every one of you for giving me one of the most remarkable chapters in my life. That a little boy in the hills of West Virginia who didn't have confidence in himself could become confident, could become resilient. It could be a part of writing this great chapter with each and every one of you. Thank you all so much. I got all the tears out this morning. I didn't cry. God bless you. It's a celebration. Let's keep Morrisville forward, moving forward. Congratulations, Councilmember-elect Harrison Kesling and Councilmember Patel. Looking forward to you joining the new team to ensure that we're the best place to live, work, and play. Thank you. God bless Morrisville. I love you. I'm grateful. And God bless our great nation and all those soldiers who keep us safe every day. Thank you.
I don't want to, it's too much.
Thank you. That was also very powerful. As was mentioned in his speech, Senator Jay Chowdhury has joined us as well, and I believe Yalu is also in the audience. We mentioned you earlier. I don't think you were here at that time. So we welcome all the elected officials who honor all of us by being with us here tonight. We're on to the next section of our program. We'll now move on to the swearing in of returning and new council members. The first to be sworn in will be myself. I'm going to be sworn in by North Carolina Secretary of State, Elaine Marshall. Thank you for joining us. Also going to be joined by my family, my wife Kathy, my daughter Shannon, my brothers Bill and Chris, and the other people in my team who I've invited tonight. I'd like everyone to come up to the stage, please. Oh, I have someone else hold it so it's not in the way. Kathy, would you hold the mic for us? Shannon, would you hold the Bible for us? Move this all out of the way. Thank you.
Can't believe you trusted me with a mic.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Let me say what an honor it is to be here today. I've been here for several other swearings in, and it's always uplifting. The oath is something that all of us in the audience really need to be paying attention to also. It's a contract, it's a covenant between an office holder and the state of North Carolina, but it's also the boundaries, the guidelines that those of us as citizens should have as ultimate in our vision and view of how government is to be performed. So if you will place your right hand on, raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible. I've got it. Yes.
I can do that.
And you know your name. I state your name.
I, T.J. Cawley,
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities which are
and authorities which are
or may be established
or may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
that I will endeavor
that I will endeavor
to support, maintain, and defend
to support, maintain, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the state,
the Constitution and laws of the state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my office of mayor.
of my office as mayor,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Stevie. So we need to go ahead and sign this real quick, and then I'll be speaking a little bit. Okay. So if we could have the people to help my brother back down, please, thank you. While we're doing the signature, we can do this. We're going to actually do the signature at the break, so I'm going to go on up there and start talking. Yeah, that'll be fine. So pretty much just the opposite of before. You lean him back first. There you go. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone. You know how I roll. I always have some prepared remarks. This is a really special night for the entire town, so really appreciate everyone being here. I'd like to thank you, Secretary Elaine Marshall, for honoring us with your presence and for administering the oath tonight. And thank you to all our residents, friends, and supporters who are here, both in person and in spirit. I am deeply grateful. I want to begin by thanking every individual who chose to put their name forward for election this year. It is a brave and noble act to offer yourself for public service, and our community is stronger because people care enough to step up. I appreciate each and every one of you. I also want to express my sincere appreciation to our incredible town staff and the Wake County Board of Elections. They ensure that our democratic process remains strong, fair, and trusted. Morrisville is fortunate to have such committed public servants. I also want to express my heartfelt gratitude to our incredible volunteers, our campaign team, and the Wake County Democratic Party. You spoke to your friends and neighbors, knocked on doors in every corner of town, and made countless phone calls and shared our message with honesty and enthusiasm. Because of your dedication, Morrisville saw the largest vote total in a municipal election in our town's history. This victory belongs to all of you, and I am profoundly grateful for your tireless commitment to our community. And most importantly, to my family, Kathy, Shannon, Ryan, and Katie. Thank you. For 12 years, you have shared me with this town and with its residents, day and night, 7 days a week. And now I'm asking you to do it for another 4 years. Your support makes this work possible, and I love you more than Okay. Your support makes this work possible, and I love you more than you can know. To the people of Morrisville, you have spoken clearly. You want leadership that listens, engages, and plans responsibly. And I hear you. I will continue to work each and every day to make Morrisville an even greater place to live, work, and play. That means investing wisely, planning intentionally, and always keeping sustainability at the center of our decisions. It means building a community that is welcoming, vibrant, healthy, and connected, where everyone can thrive. Together, we will continue to build a Morrisville where each day we live connected and live well. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for the opportunity to continue serving as your mayor. And thank you for believing in the future that we are all creating together. Thank you so much. That's pretty cool. That's my first standing ovation. So thank you all very much for that. Okay, next will be Councilmember Vicky Scroggins Johnson. She will be sworn in by North Carolina Supreme Court Associate Justice Allison Riggs. She will be joined by her husband Greg, her son Sterling, her daughter Elise, and Elise's fiance Matt.
Good evening, everyone. It is a delight to be here to administer your oath tonight, and as a former Morrisville resident, it's a particular honor to be here. If you will raise your right hand, left hand on the Bible. Welcome, everyone. I state your name.
I, Vicky Scroggins Johnson,
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina,
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities which are
and authorities which are
or may be established
or may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
that I will endeavor
that I will endeavor
to support, maintain, and defend
to support, maintain, and defend
the Constitution and laws of said state,
the Constitution and laws of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my office as council member.
of my office as council member.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. It's a team effort. Congratulations.
Yes. Can we get some photos? We should probably do some photos now. Let me see. All right, look this way, please. 1, 2, 3. Perfect, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, and I have my remarks, which are over here. And my glasses. This podium would be great. Thank you. Thank you very much. All righty. Well, good evening, everybody. I, like everybody else, am going to use some glasses possibly to assist my remarks this evening. I am very honored to be here tonight, and I have a significant gratitude and humility as I stand before you today, beginning my 4th term on the Morrisville Town Council. That is still hard to absorb. Since first being elected in 2013, I've been honored to serve the community that continues to inspire me because it's very resilient, diverse, and we have a huge spirit of collaboration. Morrisville truly lives connected and lives well. I want to thank the residents of Morrisville for entrusting me once again with this responsibility, which I take very seriously. I would like to thank Justice Allison Riggs. You inspire me, and I'm going to share that vignette in just a few moments. I would also like to thank former Town Manager Martha Page. You have been my rock for so many years, and I miss you, but I know that you are enjoying life, and I'm a little jealous. I would like to thank the individuals that helped my campaign. Many of you are here tonight. Many of you have run for office. And I would specifically like to name you and thank you. I would like to thank Liz Dan. I would like to thank Joshi Abrajan, Patty Chang, Richard Reinhardt, and Suba Reddy, Mata Reddy, and Satish Garamella for stepping up, voicing the future, plans, hopes, and dreams of the town. We have heard you. We will work together. Please come forward and work with me and work with all of us, and we will forge ahead together as a stronger Morrisville. I would like to thank my family for being here. Some are not able to be present tonight, but my lovely husband, my favorite daughter, she's my only daughter, my son Sterling, and Matthew, Elisa's fiance. Your presence here tonight really means a lot to me, and your support and canvassing and poll grading, and I could not have a better team. So together, as a town, we uphold the values of transparency, fiscal responsibility, and inclusive growth. We together will preserve the character of our town as we transform into the future. Our town is now almost at build out, but we have a ways to grow. Our voice is strong, and our voice can be lifted up through the region, the state, and the national level. So when I was reflecting tonight on what I would say, besides thank you, which is huge, is that we are connected, and we are connected more than ever. When I first moved to Morrisville in 2004, I loved the fact that we were almost on the runway because I had to travel a lot. And I loved the small town feel, and I loved the fact that my neighbors knew my name and I could express some ideas and they would actually be embraced. But what I did not know at the time is that I was connected to the town through a familial way. My third great grandfather was born in Wake County in the township, somewhere between Cedar Fork and Kitts Creek. In 1793, that is before Shiloh was founded. That was before Morrisville was founded. I'm really connected, if you can imagine. And I take that to heart. It is a wonderful thing to know that you are serving your hometown. And currently, I look at local government as being so important to our everyday lives. It affects your living space, your safety, and so forth. And your voice through voting is very important. This election was very important. But most importantly, being active and speaking up is important. Now I will go to the connection story with Justice Riggs. Over in 2025, we had a non-certified election because it was contested. And it was contested over many different issues. But most importantly, I recall that over 60,000 voters were disenfranchised or being challenged because of an error that was done behind the scenes that no one could control from their individual status. And there was a list of these potentially at-risk voters that had cast valid votes at the voting booth. So I looked at this list and I filtered on Morrisville. We had over 100 people on that list. And one of those people is in the audience, Lauren Butler. Lauren Butler has been registered for over 20 years. She religiously votes all the time. She produced her ID in 2024. She followed all the rules, yet she was disenfranchised. So she cured her ballot after I found her name on that list. We're connected not only at the town level, but at the state level and ultimately the federal level. What you do today and the choices that you make in the town of Morrisville affects so many other people. And I think that's a very important lesson. Think local, think big. So how do we connect in the future? There are so many ways that we can do that, and there's so many connections that we don't even know about yet. So be careful what you do and always be respectful. But we are growing and we are becoming ever more connected. So with that, this connections, I just wanted to share with you the past connections that I've seen. We need to remember the Pew House, the Shiloh community, the Hindu Society of North Carolina are all part of the Morrisville legacy and connections. Our current connections are Morrisville is an all-American city. We have a resilient, vibrant environment right now where we're growing. And in the future, we have a town center where we are going to have that sense of place and sense of purpose. So thank you so much. May we move forward? with gratitude for the past, courage for the present, and hope for the future. Thank you.
It has been brought to my attention that Nita Alam from Durham County Commissioners is here as well. Could you raise your hand so you can recognize you? There you are in the back. Thank you for joining us tonight. Next to be sworn in will be Councilmember Ashit Patel. He'll be sworn in by former U.S. Representative Wiley Nickel. He will be joined by his wife Binal Patel, mother-in-law Kantaben, brother-in-law Jayesh, and his uncle and aunt, as well as Kanu. Please join us up on stage.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Congressman Wiley Nickel, and it's an honor to be with you here tonight in Morrisville. We're here to recognize and celebrate Ashit Patel as he joins the Morrisville Town Council. Ashit is an Army veteran who understands service, discipline, and hard work. He drove tanks, built bridges, and showed the kind of commitment to country that earned him the deep respect of this community. Supporting a veteran like Ashit, someone who truly knows what it means to serve, has been a privilege. Morrisville is a special place that I've been proud to represent over the years, and I know Ashit will lead with integrity, dedication, and a genuine commitment to putting this town first. Look forward to all he will accomplish, and with that, it is my honor to administer the oath of office. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ashit Patel,
Do solemnly and sincerely affirm
do solemnly and sincerely affirm
that I will support
I will support
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and the constitutional powers
and authorities which are
and authorities which are
or may be established
or may be established
for the government thereof,
for government thereof,
that I will endeavor
that I will endeavor
to maintain, support, and defend
to maintain, support, and defend
the Constitution and laws of said state,
the Constitution and laws of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my office as council member.
of my office as council member.
Congratulations.
All right, look right here first. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here this evening. First and foremost, I want to thank you, Donna Fender, for everything you have done for the town of Morrisville and for the environment. I truly appreciate your leadership, your dedication, and the example you have set. I hope I can make you proud. Thank you, Representative Wiley Nickel, for swearing me in and for the continued support. And thank you, Kanu Uncle, for standing by my side and my rest of my family and my wife. Thank you to all elected officials who are here today. And sincere thanks to those who put their trust in me and endorsed me early on. Mayor TJ, thank you for teaching me do's and don'ts of canvassing. Like Donna, I was frightened about door knocking, and thank you for showing me how to do it, what to say, what not to say, and easing me into it. Thank you, Betsy, for standing up for me every time someone attacked me on social media. To Vishal, Akina, Sirish, and Naresh, who frequently called me and asked me, how is Joe Shashid Bhai? How is Spirit? That's what he meant. Thank you for guiding me through every high and low of the campaign. Your steady leadership kept us grounded and focused. I want to thank Samir, Varun, and rest of my friends and volunteers who worked tirelessly, sacrificing their evenings, nights, and weekends. Your unwavering commitment and hard work were the reason we made history. So thank you. To the voters who came out in record numbers, thank you for believing in me. And to those who did not vote for me or did not vote at all, we are still neighbors, and I will work just as hard for you as anyone who supported me. I'm deeply grateful for quiet strength behind our campaign, my wife Binal, for consistently reminding me the reason I was running for, and letting me turn our home into a non-stop campaign headquarters for MAS. And to our children, Manthan, Aryan, and Ayush, thank you for your patience and for convincing Mom to let me run in the first place. I want to thank my friends, Varghese, Vipin, Sudarshan, Ankita, and Khalil, who contributed to our campaign while living hundreds of miles away. I want to thank my mother for agreeing to delay our trip to India for my father's Asthi surgeon, which is final part of last rites, and for rallying her friends and neighbors to vote. She even drove around voters during early voting and on election day. I want to thank my late father who instilled in me the values of integrity, principles, and hard work, and who taught me to never give up. If he were here today, I know he would feel that every sacrifice he made in his life, everything he had to give up to bring my brother and I to this country was worth it. I also want to thank our town staff, from town manager to every department and employee, who keep Morrisville running smoothly and ensure our community continues to thrive. Finally, I want to thank those UNC students who took my yard signs and hung them on their dorm room walls because they thought my name was funny. I had never imagined in my life that my name would turn into free advertising. So Prashant and Vishal, wonder what you have to say about that. On a serious note, tonight marks the third time I have taken an oath in my life. The first when I joined the US military, the second when I became a US citizen, and now as I joined Morrisville Town Council. I take this oath just as seriously as the first one I took 33 years ago to serve this great nation. It is with great honor and privilege that I take this oath to now serve the great town of Morrisville. I take this oath with commitment to make every decision with honesty, integrity, and what I think is the best for our town and for the betterment of our community. Thank you.
Can I ask you to join us up here, sir? You're hired. Come on up. Is he going there? Or is the other seat? Oh, it's on. And when you're going to want to speak, you're going to want to press the button until it turns red, just so you know. Okay. Welcome. Next will be Councilmember Harrison Kessling, sworn in by NC Representative Maria Saranya. Harrison will be joined by his mother, Lisa, his father, Doug, and his fiancée, Sona.
Thank you. Congratulations. I think it's news for everybody. I wanted to make a brief statement, and it's less than 5 pages, so it will be brief. Thank you so much for providing me the honor to swear you in tonight. It's a privilege, and I couldn't be more proud of you. Sometimes they say it takes 7 times to ask somebody to run for office, and I think I was one of hopefully the 7. I remember that fateful day that you came over to the NCGA to rally and to advocate for people already in Morrisville and North Carolina. And I said, you know what? You should run for office. And a few months later, here we are. So this is amazing. And I watched you in your leadership, your steadiness, your courage, your character, and you listen, and you've asked thoughtful questions, and you've brought people together. And these qualities are not just admirable, they're essential in the effectiveness of local government and just being a great person. So you've earned this role with your neighbors, and they said it at the voting booth, so trust in that. But I was so impressed with you knocking on the doors, talking to people, your whole family, it was impeccable. Like you were, like I often say, you're the real deal. You're the real deal. And you put in the work. It wasn't just given to you, you earned it. So we all know, all of us who are public servants, but even people who don't have the title, this is demanding. So keep each other in each other's arms. These days don't get easy. Some days are great, but know that we're all behind you and so proud of you, and congratulations. And I'll stop now. All right, do you have a book or anything, or just, yeah, there you go. I state your name.
I, Harrison Kessling,
Do solemnly and sincerely affirm
do solemnly and sincerely affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution and the laws of the United States,
the Constitution and the laws of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities which are and may be established for the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my office as council member.
of my office as council member.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, and here you go. Congratulations.
I'll hold it.
I'll do one step away.
Thank you.
No.
All right, right here. 1, 2, 3. Hello. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, and then one.
Got. All right, look here. 1, 2, 3.
Use the microphone, and you can use dais or not. Take the dais.
I want to first thank Representative Servania. I really appreciated all of the words that you expressed in your encouragement along the way. It is an incredible privilege to stand before you today as a newly elected official for the town of Morrisville. This is not where I expected to be at 31 years of age, but I'm excited for the opportunity to represent my neighbors and for the trust they've placed in me. I'm grateful to everyone who supported this journey. I want to thank my mother and father, my friends and neighbors who helped kick off our campaign, advise us, and get us over the finish line. Matvi and Leah Cravat, Beth Bonar, Betsy and Kevin O'Connor, Pete Martin, Karen Taggart, Haran Mirabadini, Bhavana Virvali, Nico Theophilakis, Jeremy Holden, Damian Gu, and all those I have failed to name. I want to thank Council Members Ann Rabati and Donna Fender for believing in our vision for Morrisville, Senator Batch, Representative Servania and Liu, Cary Town Council Members Carissa Johnson and Michelle Craig, Raleigh City Council Member Christina Jones, and Apex Town Council Member Terry Mahaffey for offering your support and endorsements. Most of all, I want to thank my wonderful fiancée, Sona. She served as my campaign manager, social media manager, photographer, poll greeter, door knocker, and my #1 volunteer and cheerleader. Please share your appreciation with her. This moment would not exist without her. I grew up in Wilmington with parents who shaped the person I am today. I attended NC State University, where I earned both a bachelor's and master's degree in mechanical engineering, learning how to dissect complex problems and collaborate with my colleagues to find solutions. I work today as a professionally licensed design engineer in the architecture and construction industry, designing sustainable and energy efficient buildings. When Sona and I moved here, I realized how strongly I valued walkability, connected neighborhoods, and design that brings people together. That recognition is what motivated me to show up to council meetings, voice my thoughts and ideas, and eventually decide to run. All of this I bring to council. I've seen how the choices we make about land use and transportation affect every part of our lives. We cut down trees for sprawling subdivisions, build highways that scar the land, and accept pollution and isolation as the cost of convenience. That convenience is not free. It is paid for with unsustainable infrastructure, injuries and fatalities, chronic disease, climate impacts, and lost human connection. The automobile cannot continue to be the organizing principle of community design. Imagine walking down a calm, tree-lined street to your local park or cafe, greeting your neighbors along the way. And imagine an environment where children can walk or roll safely to school, where you can get your daily exercise biking to work, where transit is a reliable option for those who depend on it, where seniors can sit and gossip while watching children play, and where our youth can safely meet their friends without losing their lives. If we want to reduce traffic congestion, reduce our carbon emissions, reduce our risk of injury and chronic disease, and strengthen our community, we must design for people. We must design for walkability. And on this council, I will focus on sustainability, transportation, and community. That means advocating to promote sustainable development and land use that brings people together, expand the Morrisville Smart Shuttle, create pedestrian-oriented places, connect sidewalks, bike paths, and greenways, protect our trees, and advance our master sustainability plan. To my neighbors, I thank you for placing your trust in me to advocate for this vision. To my fellow council members, I thank you for offering your advice and recommendations. To the Morrisville town staff, I thank you for working hard to create a town that reflects our highest values. And to the legislators in this room, I thank you in advance for supporting laws and funding that will enable us to build the walkable, transit-friendly, and human-scaled places that we need. Only together can we create a more perfect Morrisville.
Okay. Welcome. Thank you to everyone watching remotely from our overflow location. At this time, we invite you to join us here at Town Hall for a reception. We will now enter a 30-minute recess. After we come back, our first item back will be public comment. So please socialize, enjoy some snacks out front. We'll be reconvening at 8 p.m. Good evening. We're going to start the next portion of our meeting, and that's going to be Public Speaks. Next on the agenda is Morrisville Speaks, public comment. I'd like to ask Town Clerk Bertling if we have anyone signed up to speak this evening.
We do have 2 members signed up to speak.
Excellent. If the members could please approach the microphone, stand when your name is called, begin by stating your name and residential address, and direct your comments to the council. Each speaker is allotted 3 minutes to ensure everyone has a fair opportunity to share their thoughts. A timer will start after you state your name and address, and a buzzer will sound when your time is up. We appreciate your cooperation in helping us manage time fairly for all participants. Town Clerk, who's the first?
Suresh Narayan.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members and all those present over here. My name is Suresh Narayan. I'm a resident of 803 Wellingham Road, Morrisville, and I've been a Morrisville resident for 23 years. I think the years keep changing. It should be 24 now, since it's another 1 more year added. I want to first of all thank the engineering department and also members of the staff who have really worked hard on our senior center expansion. This is one of the best news we ever heard, and we really need to take time to appreciate all those people who have been involved. They shared the expansion plan, which went very well off, and there were a lot of people who attended it because now the seniors, who are about 14 to 15% of the population of Morrisville, are really, really excited about the future, what we will see and what will happen. And my thanks to Mark, the Director of Engineering, and Kitty Thomas for coming over there, and also the supporting staff, the council members who came and spent their valuable time in sharing the good news with the seniors. I also want to take time to appreciate the engineering department, the police, and everybody else who has helped us in making our neighborhood in Breckenridge safer. We have speed radars now, which we had asked for. There are little adjustments that need to be done, but it's not a big deal, and we'll work with them. And I've been told that they'll be meeting coming over there on site and addressing the concerns that we still have. But there's very, very minor adjustments that need to be made, and hopefully we should see a lot of improvement safety-wise to the children in the school area and also to the seniors who use those crosswalks moving from point A to point B near Corsair and Mamington. I truly want to take this time to appreciate all those people involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Stephanie Reed.
Sorry. I'm Stephanie Reed, and I live at 1672 Legendary Lane, Morrisville, 27560. And I'm doing my Yimby anthem to the Lorman Sea Chanty. Council neighbors, I stand today to challenge the silences, show a new way. My name is Stephanie. I want you to know I'm a proud Yimby here to challenge the status quo. Speak for the renters who struggle to save, for the young families priced out, pushed far away. Speak for the residents we haven't yet met, whose future in Morrisville feels a bad bet. Morrisville, listen, the answer is clear. We must build abundance, we must lose the fear. Apartments and townhomes and mixed-use design, support infrastructure and let the town shine. We face a scarce economy where income and souls sway, where wealthy homeowners keep competition at bay. Works for the insiders, protecting their turf, inflating the cost of their patch of the earth. When housing is scarce, only landlords will win, while they bolt their doors to let nobody in. But I have the proof that there's a solution to stop sprawl and sprawl's pollution. Morrisville, listen, the answer is clear. We must build abundance, we must lose the fear. Apartments and townhomes and mixed-use design, support infrastructure and let the town shine. Da 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 da. Imagine an island, a limited space, 100 houses all over the place. Pavement and driveways, the trees are all gone, just a concrete expanse where the forest was drawn. Take those 100 units and stack them into apartment buildings with a breathtaking view. Suddenly, nature has room to breathe with a canopy of trees. We don't have to leave, huh? Morrisville, listen, the answer is clear. We must build abundance, we must lose the fear. Apartments and townhomes and mixed-use design, support infrastructure and let the town shine. Let's talk of luxury, that controversial word. To say it hurts handling is simply absurd. The market connects us, it's a ladder, a chain. Building new linens relieves all the pain. A senior downsizes to a modern new floor. They open their house to the family next door. The couple moves up from a rental so small, leaving cheaper unit available to all. The expensive housing of decades past becomes the affordable home that will last. But when we stop building, the cycle goes wrong, and the cheap homes of yesterday aren't cheap for a long time. Morrisville, listen, the answer is clear. We must build abundance, we must lose the fear. Apartments and towns, mixed use design, support infrastructure and let the town shine. Let's welcome the future. Let's build, build, build until every need in the borough is fulfilled. Thank you.
Thank you. And I didn't see the words for that in your document that you gave us, so if you email it to us. I thought it was
did
neat.
email it to
You did?
council.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Was there anyone else signed up? Town Clerk Burton.
There was no one else signed up and no written comments received.
Okay. Was there anyone, well, we invite anyone in the audience who wishes to address this body for up to 3 minutes. Does anyone want to speak who happens to be in the room who didn't sign up? You'd be welcome. Okay. Thank you very much. As a reminder, we encourage the submission of written comments as they offer a valuable way for community members to share their feedback. To submit a written comment, please email publicinput@morrisvillenc.gov. We have 3 action items tonight. We will now discuss and select a mayor pro tem. So at this time, I'll open the floor for discussion. If anyone wants to put their card up, I'll recognize Councilmember Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. So every 2 years, council has the opportunity to select its mayor pro tem. And this role serves not only the town as a whole, but council itself. And as council members, we choose the person we believe is prepared to take on a leadership position and represent all of us effectively. And I have had the pleasure of working with Ann Rabati for 6 years, and have seen her grow significantly in her role as an elected official. This is an important position and one that I know Ann is capable of fulfilling. So I would like to nominate and eventually make a motion to appoint Ann as the mayor pro tem.
Okay, we have a nomination. Are there any other comments or any other nominations? Is there that? Councilmember Scott Johnson? No?
No, but I'd like to second it.
Okay, we have a second for the nomination. Would anyone else like to make a nomination? I would consider nominations closed. You want to go ahead and make a motion?
Yeah. So
For the
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Councilmember Ann Rabati to serve as mayor pro tem through 2027.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Johnson, a second from Councilmember Scroggins Johnson. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that carries unanimously 7-0. I'd like to recognize our new Mayor Pro Tem, Councilmember Rabati, Mayor Pro Tem Rabati, if she'd like to make any comments.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm very honored and very pleased.
One of the things I love about Ann, she's just says what she means, and we move right on. So very much appreciate her leadership and her future leadership. Our next item, we will now discuss and appoint council members to regional vacancies. We all took a little survey and we returned it to, I apologize, I skipped something on the meeting on this. So there it is at the top. I just skipped right by that. At this time, we will now consider adoption of the 2026 Town Council meeting schedule. So we received this in advance and it was in the packet. Does anyone have anything that they'd like to share about this before we go ahead and have a motion? Okay. Seeing nothing, I would entertain a motion to adopt for the screen. I'll recognize Mayor Pro Tem Rabati.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 2025-428-0, adopting the 2026 Town Council meeting schedule.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Member Pro Tem Rabadi, a second from Councilmember Johnson. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that carries unanimously 7-0 as well. Now we will correctly move on to the third item. We will now discuss and appoint council members to regional vacancies. So I meant to be a little bit more prepared for this. I sent out an email after looking through the survey to try to facilitate this discussion. So if you just give me a second, I can bring that up. Okay. Councilmember Johnson to the rescue once again. So the suggestion made, but it's up for discussion, would be the Campo delegate being Mayor TJ Cawley, the Campo alternate being Harrison Kessling, Jordan Lake One Water delegate Liz Johnson, Jordan Lake One Water alternate Satish Garamella, Central Pines Regional Council delegate Vicky Scroggins Johnson, Central Pines Regional Council alternate Ashik Patel, Western Wake Partners delegate Ann Rabadi, and Western Wake Partners alternate TJ Cawley. Would anyone like to make any comments or suggestions, or I'd entertain a motion to adopt what was just said? I recognize Mayor Pro Tem Rabadi.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 2025-417-0, appointing town council members to regional committee vacancies. Do I have to read the whole thing again?
Or can you just say as was just mentioned?
As just mentioned by the mayor.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Rabadi, a second from Councilmember Johnson. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that carries unanimously 7-0 as well. Thank you very much. We have committee appointments. At this time, we are at council and manager comments. We will start with Councilmember Johnson, followed by myself.
Gosh, we've got to hear fast. This is kind of early for us, unfortunately. Yep. This is not typical. So first I want to welcome our two new council members. Welcome Councilmember Kessling and welcome Councilmember Patel. Really looking forward to a wonderful couple of years and all the work that we're going to do together. So welcome, and I hope you enjoyed this evening. This is a really special meeting for all of us, obviously for those of you that were elected to office and sworn in tonight. Same thing with Mayor Cawley and Councilmember Scroggins Johnson. So welcome. I wanted to also reiterate a comment that was made by a member of the public tonight about the senior advisory, or not the senior center presentation that was done yesterday on the expansion. Our staff did a tremendous job. I got great feedback from everyone that was there. You all, please, Brandon, I tried to express my thanks to all the staff that I could. If I missed anybody, they did an excellent job. The seniors that were there obviously gave some really good suggestions, and I know this was a draft expansion design that will be tweaked over the next coming weeks and months, but the presentation and the feedback and everything was wonderful. So thank you for that. Very much appreciated. That's the feedback I got. And then lastly, I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you are celebrating in these next couple of weeks. Enjoy time with family and friends. I really want to do a huge thank you to all of our staff for what you do day in and day out here in the town of Morrisville. I always say, Councilmember Kessling and Patel are going to hear, I've said this over and over, you'll hear me say this over and over. We here on council make decisions, but we do not execute the work. It is our staff that executes the direction that we give, and they do a phenomenal job all year round, and well deserving of some rest and relaxation during especially this time of the year. So thank you all very much and happy holidays.
And I skipped one thing when I went to comments. For a full listing of our events that are upcoming, please see the town calendar at www.morrisvillenc.gov. One exciting thing that's coming up is the menorah lighting. That will be on the 21st. So please add that to your calendars, y'all. I'll comment now, followed by Mayor Pro Tem Rabati. I am simply so glad to call Morrisville home, and I'm humbled by the trust put in us, all of us, to provide a great hometown to everyone. Happy holidays to everybody. Mayor Pro Tem Rabati, followed by Council Member Patel.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd also like to welcome our new council members, and nice to see those of you who were reelected. It's a little weird for me because I've never had new council members in 6 years. So Liz is laughing at me because she does it all the time, but like, it's so weird. Donna's been my emotional support council member for the past 6 years. And, you know, we've done a lot of great work together. And I know that Ashit and Harrison, I remember so clearly what it felt like to be new up on this dais. And, you know, I hope that you will find the same kind of support and fellowship and friendship that I always found with Donna. We will miss you very, very much. Thank you.
Councilmember Patel, followed by Councilmember Kessling.
I wasn't prepared for this, but it's good to be here, and thank you everyone for, I've spoken to many of you already, and thank you for your support. Some of you showed up at our council orientation, and I really appreciate that, even though how long it was for. And I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Councilmember Kessling, followed by Councilmember Scroggins Johnson.
I just wanted to express my gratitude for having the opportunity to be up here with all of you. And I'm looking forward to the opportunity to work with you, work with staff, to make Morrisville a better place.
Thank you. Councilmember Scroggins Johnson, followed by Councilmember Garamilla.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to thank staff for organizing a fantastic tree lighting event that just happened this past weekend. I was delighted to see not only Kris Kringle, but also the Grinch. That was a fun twist to the theme, and I know both were very popular, and next time I would advise the town manager to pay the heating bill because it was really, really cold for the event. But well done. Thank you for a great event, and we do have the Hanukkah event coming up this month as well. I would also like to welcome Councilmember Patel and Councilmember Kessling. I'm going to have to get used to it. Change is good. Donna, I'm going to miss sitting next to you and kind of sharing the Diet Coke inside jokes. You know, poor Kayla knows our secret. And I don't know if I'm going to find that kindredship in the future with unless it's Anne, you know, so. But I want everyone to have a fantastic holiday. Please be safe if you travel. Get some needed rest. Find the friends you haven't seen in a long time and reconnect. This is an opportunity to reflect, reconnect, and rejuvenate. So thank you, everybody.
Councilmember Garamilla, please.
First, I would like to thank staff for flawless ceremony today. It was well orchestrated. Like people, you know, it was so hard to keep all the combinations and permutations and everything, but I think you guys did a fabulous job, and I know Kyla and the rest of your staff had, so it was well done. And second, welcome guys, you know, looking forward, you know, we lost one engineer, I thought, Donna, and then we got one more engineer here. So I think it will work out good. And congratulations to the new Mayor Pro Tem. And happy holidays. You know, I think a lot has gone this year. Take some quiet time with your families and enjoy. Let us get rejuvenated, and you'll understand when we sit and you both will come and attend our retreats. So nonstop, it'll go on and on. And Brandon is like stretching from Thursday to Sunday, so. Everything I blame him.
Everything's
But Brandon's fault. He takes the credit, he takes the blame too.
I'll try harder, sorry.
But again, thanks for everyone. I think happy holidays to staff and take some quiet time to.
Excellent, and I'd like to welcome the two new members officially. I'm sorry I didn't do that earlier, but Councilmember Fender, you will definitely be missed. Really appreciate all your passion and your great ideas and your follow-through and your persistence. It's changed the town for the better. Thank you so much. That was a point of privilege. I apologize. I should have said that earlier. Town Manager Zudema, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to jump on to something that Councilmember Garamella said. As soon as you think you realize the logistics that went into tonight, triple that. And then this young lady is the person responsible. We're all support staff. This went seamlessly because Kayla was behind it and did an amazing job. So I can't go forward without thanking her for that. Secondly, also, you notice the room is decorated very nicely. The lobby is decorated very nicely. I want to thank Jeannie and her elves, perhaps, that accomplished that. But as always, Jeannie's behind that, and it just brings, it's a nice subdued in here, but I think it's a very nice decoration, brings the holiday spirit. So thank you to Jeannie and her team for that. I would also like to thank Councilmember Rao. I believe he had another engagement. Councilmember Fender, thank you. I'm sorry you're hiding behind there. Have really enjoyed working with you. I also have only had one council for 6 years because I think I started on the Monday before Councilmember Rabadi and Fender were elected in 2019. So thank you. Really enjoyed being able to work with you and having you on council, and appreciate the good you've done. I also want to again welcome Councilmember Patel, Councilmember Kessling. We've already had a good chance to spend probably more time with us than you wanted. But I think we're off to a good running start, and congratulations to both of you. Looking forward to working with you. And then lastly, just to everyone, particularly our staff and certainly to council and our residents, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Excellent, good. If there's nothing else for the good of the order, I'd entertain a motion and a second to adjourn this evening's meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Rabadi, a second from Councilmember Garamella. All those in favor of adjourning for the year, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that carries unanimously. Happy New Year to everyone and enjoy the holidays.